The Aerie Wildlife Sanctuary by Silva. Having nature being a driving force, it led this project to take an architectural approach through biomimicry, which responds to the context and objective of the brief. Ecosystems are being threatened by the impacts of global warming and man's interference with nature. This meta-discussion surrounding climate change subsequently interrogates the endangerment of wildlife and how ecosystems function as indicators of these changes. Canaries were used by Johannesburg miners as early warning signs to test for quality of air in coal mines. The status and trends of bird populations are indicative of the well-being of our planet. Their significance throughout history steered this project towards birds in folklore. Credo Matwa, a Sangoma and storyteller, speaks about the importance of birds in the Zulu culture. He once said that his people were always taught that if you want to live in harmony with nature, you praise it, sing to it, sing for it, and then sing in honor of it. Birds such as vultures were respected and honored. The Cape Vulture, being South Africa's only endemic vulture species, is classified as endangered. Africa is projected to see the largest increase in its human population over the coming 10 years. This projection contrasts the African city population for 2030 with the demise of the endangered vulture. The decline in the Cape Vulture's population is due to problems such as poisoning, scarcity of food, disturbance, and electrocution on power lines. A predominant area for their breeding neighbours the chosen site for this project. The site is situated in Catering Park in the Drakensberg, with close proximity to Giant's Castle Game Reserve, which is known for their prehistoric rock paintings and vultures. The proposed program is that of an endangered wildlife sanctuary and clinic that seeks to provide a safe haven for these endangered birds, as well as a place of knowledge and education through conservation, which will allow the local community to be re-engaged with their surrounding environment and the various different cultures that reside in the Drakensberg. A thorough site analysis directed the placement of the building to be on the eastern slope of the dam. Being embedded into the landscape, it will allow for the building to be protected from the north-easterly winter winds and capture the summer winds from the southwest. Further site mapping was conducted to identify aspects of the site that might help aid in the design process, such as the location of the river and dam, side access through a dirt road, and western views capturing the Drakensberg mountain range. A set of 6 images accompanied by a single word allowed for the exploration of different aspects that would ultimately drive the concept of this project forward. Initial sketches of the relationship between the sky, building, and landscape. Developing an initial hierarchy and spatial strategies. Lending the programs of health, community, and education, catering for various different users across the 3 levels of the building. The clinic is perched on the upper ground floor. The mezzanine acts as a link between the museum and Aerie on the lower ground. Here is how the building is illustrated within its program and concept by cutting into the landscape. Retaining walls are then added to complement the curvature of the cut, then elevating the lower ground floor. Implementing the roof structure. The roof will serve as protection for the rest of the construction process. A water catchment system feeds rainwater into underground storage tanks. The structural skeleton of the building is then implemented. Mezzanine connects upper and lower ground floor. Internal walls provide space for the clinic. The ramp and roof are then added. Links allow for various entries and circulation. Water feature and balustrades are then added along with the Aerie mesh. Let's move on to the site plan. The upper ground floor provides 2 separate entrances for the clinic and the public. This level is dedicated to the health aspect of the project, which houses the medical facilities, offices, and library. The mezzanine is a viewing deck for the Aerie and vulture enclosure with an undulating staircase that connects to the lower ground. The lower ground floor allows access to the aviary on the exterior, and on the interior provides a multifunctional gallery space and museum that caters for the conservation aspect of the project. And here are the western and northern elevations. A longitudinal sectional perspective. This cross-sectional perspective is indicative of the tectonic and ventilation strategy of the building, allowing the summer winds to enter the building from the lower ground floor and escape up the water feature to the upper ground, creating a connection between the concept of lift under the wings of a bird. The timber roof and column structure penetrate the building, allowing light as well as water to funnel through the catchment system. A series of photographs of contour and 3D models.